Namaskar. Now we come to chapter 7, which is about the data protection and cybersecurity. Now, Regulation 47 is application of relevant laws. So, all AI systems deployed in code processes shall comply with the provisions of the DPDP Act 2023 and the Information Technology Act and applicable rules and regulations framed thereunder. Okay, so DPDP Act and their rules, and any other law governing the protection of personal data and judicial information for the time being. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. Now we talk about sensitive judicial data. So we already know what sensitive judicial data is. Let us go back to the definition for a brush up. So sensitive judicial data includes any personal identifiable information of parties, witnesses, or legal representatives, and any information processed in connection with a court process, the unauthorized disclosure of which may cause harm. So it has two parts: PII, or personally identifiable information of parties, witnesses, or legal representatives. Second is any information, doesn't have to be PII, any information that is processed in connection with a court process, the unauthorized disclosure of which may cause harm. So it might be that these are the information processed in connection with the court process. Okay, but let's say these of those all things may cause harm. So this becomes sensitive judicial data. So sensitive judicial data shall not be transferred to any external system. So external system means any computing infrastructure, server, software, platform, or network not owned, managed, or directly controlled by the court or appropriate authority. Okay, not owned, managed, or directly controlled. So sensitive judicial data shall not be transferred to any external system without the express written authorization of the appropriate authority. So data transfer these days is becoming increasingly a very important issue. Now, all transfers of sensitive judicial data, shall be subject to appropriate technical and contractual safeguards designed to prevent unauthorized access, disclosure, alteration, or misuse. Right? So all transfers, let's say once it is authorized. So first is the entities need to have the express written authorization of the appropriate authority. Now let's say 2 talks about, let's say once they have such authorization, in that case all transfers of sensitive judicial data shall be subject to appropriate technical and contractual safeguards to prevent unauthorized access. Those who should not have the rights to access that particular data, they should not be able to access it. It should not be disclosed to anyone else in general. It should not be altered by anyone or by any other process, be it manual or even through a software glitch. It should not be misused. Okay. The principle of data minimization. This is again a very important principle of our times. The principle of data minimization shall be applied in the selection and deployment of AI systems. And the AI systems that achieve the relevant operational objective while requiring less processing of personal data shall be preferred over those requiring greater data processing, particularly in code processes involving sensitive personal information or matters affecting personal liberty. So data minimization principle is, if I don't need, so let's say let's say name, age, gender, caste, religion, let's say HIV AIDS status. So let's say personal data has to be processed. So let's say we can't really do away, we have to process it. But let's say name is not required, caste is not required, religion is not required. So in that case, we will not train our AI on these three things because it is not required. However, let's say for whatever reasons, HIV status, gender and age is required, because assume some study on HIV status is going on. So in that case, this is the principle of data minimization, that the personal data, whatever is not required for a particular processing, that should not be processed. Anonymization is another principle, but these principles are actually, so this in particular is getting older very soon. So anonymization shall be applied to personal data to the extent technically feasible, without compromising the utility of data for the intended purpose before it is used for training, testing or refinement of an AI system. Now the state of the art thing is not anonymization, it is rather differential privacy. So I think this is what the AI committee of the Supreme Court should introduce here. Anonymization is probably not sufficient in today's world. So every AI system in use in court proceedings shall be subject to regular cybersecurity audits at intervals not exceeding 1 year, or at such shorter interval as the AI Secretariat may determine. And the outcomes of cybersecurity audits shall be reported to the appropriate authority and recorded in the AI register. The appropriate authority shall establish and maintain protocols governing access to personal data processed through or stored in AI systems, consistent with the principles of least privilege and need to know. Now, the principle of least privilege is that in case of a computer system or a computer database, provide the least privileges. Okay, so only that much privilege to a user as is required. And need to know is for a given data, whatever it is. Okay, the question need to be asked is, does a particular user need to know this data? If the user does not need to know the data for official purposes, that person should not be assigned the access to that data. Okay, we shall review these protocols and shall review these protocols annually. The AI Secretariat shall ensure that security vulnerabilities and data incidents are identified, documented, escalated and addressed in a timely manner, and shall maintain records of such incidents in the AI incident database. So I think with this we can stop this video. Thank you so much.